Welcome everybody to another installment of How to Do Everything, a podcast hosted by me, Tommy Dasilo. Today on the show, Tom Ballard and David Quirk are going to teach me how to get diagnosed with ADHD if you're Amish. This show is on Patreon, patreon.com/howtodoeverything. You can get on there. You can support the show and you can get yourself a bonus episode every week. There's going to be one coming out this Friday, a little bit more with Tom Ballard and David Quirk. And in the main feed of the show, I've been dropping little monthly taste tests of the bonus episodes, just a couple of minutes from each one in one monthly compilation. So go and find them and have a little dig through that and see what you think. And if you like it, then get on there and support the show. But today, of course, I am joined by David Quirk and Tom Ballard, two of my very dear friends, two of my favourite comedians. We have a chat that, as I'm sure you can predict, gets off the rails almost immediately. And so let's get stuck into it. This is How to Do Everything with Tom Ballard and David Quirk. It is a banger. And I hit the record button just in time to get that on record. That you think Levels by Avicii is a banger.
I stand by it.
Are you going to lose credit the skater community?
Yeah, exactly.
No, yes, that was lost long ago.
Yeah, they're hard and fast rules about like the music that you're allowed to be into.
About the EDM you consume.
Could you be like, if you turned up to that Edinburgh Gardens skate park, the bowl that's in there, is that the correct terminology?
That's a bowl, yeah.
If you had like a little boombox, they love that. But if you rolled up and you were blasting like the Mamma Mia soundtrack, what do you think would happen?
Like ABBA.
Yeah. What do you think the response would be?
I think at that particular bowl, it'd be fine.
It'd be fine?
It'd be weird, but it would be fine.
They wouldn't say anything because they'd assume you're gay and they couldn't take issue with that.
They can't touch you.
Untouchable.
No, he's probably gay. We can't bash him.
It's double
15
jeopardy.
years ago, would have beaten the shit out of him.
Yeah. I got to tell you, anytime I like... a couple of times I've ridden a Lime scooter past that skate park, and that is truly terrifying. I've never felt more judged in my life than riding a Lime scooter past a group of skateboarders.
The reality is far worse, Tommy. It's indifference.
Really?
Yeah, they wouldn't even be looking at you.
Don't register.
No, it's in your mind.
There's something quite nice about that.
Are they people still taking scooters down to the skating bowl? Skating bowl.
Yeah, skating bowl.
Like
that's
razor scooters?
Call it what it is.
Quirk's older than us, and we sound a million right now.
I know. Who are these boomers? A skating bowl. No, but that's. I mean, it is. A skateboard bowl.
Yeah.
But in which you skate.
In which one skates?
But. What was the question?
Like
scooters,
razor scooters.
No, razor scooters.
They're still getting a go
that
down
company
there?
is like sort of long gone, or for absolute like toddlers.
I see.
And then it's been sort of superseded by like high end scooters.
Oh, the electric ones.
No. It's like it's got more in common with skateboarding or your rollerblading or your roller skates are back, which is great. Oh. But it's more like it's freestyle wanky. It's terrible. It's ruining the world.
Is anyone taking a Lime scooter into the skating bowl?
No,
very rarely.
That I'd like to see.
And normally they're drunk.
Yeah.
And they axe themselves.
You'd like to think the little voice would kind of pipe up if you're doing that. The thing that tells you that you've entered a slow zone or whatever. Like the little voice just going, "What are you doing? You're 39.
like the little voice that makes you think that all the skaters are looking at you,
exactly.
hating you, when they probably haven't even noticed you.
That's what I want. I want that out loud.
You're safe. Hey, what are this? Can I just talk about public transport? Something just came to me.
Please.
I don't know. I think I know how this podcast works. I think there's going to be some order to it, but
maybe sometimes.
Maybe not.
People don't like the order as much. I will say that.
The guy who
this wasn't on the survey.
If this whole skate, scooter, public transport chat goes well, there'll be no question.
Yeah,
no further questions, Your Honour.
This chat could change the layout of the entire podcast moving forward.
From here on
Out. Maybe
out.
I'll abandon all of it and just be like, hey, you come in.
Hey, what do you know about skating bowls?
I'll name a mode of
30
transport.
minutes.
I'll get the details wrong, and then off we go.
Yeah, I love that. No, dude, what do you think of this? There's a skateboarder told me that he works with another skateboarder at the shop I used to work at.
Yep.
A guy who I know. And his theory is, and he's adamant about this,
Okay.
you never run for a tram or a train. You don't. He's like, I'd rather miss my train or tram than run for it.
Then the indignity.
And I'm like, yeah, I love your thinking, but... And his words have echoed in my head sometimes when I start.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I can get that one.
All right.
And I'm running late. What do you think about this?
Well, important context. This is a skateboarder, so he's not late or needed anywhere. He has nowhere he needs to be. Nothing is dependent on him arriving at anywhere at any one time. So
Okay.
sure, if you're living your life as a skateboarder, then who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Wait for the next train.
Never get up when the alarm goes off. Never set the alarm.
A 10 a.m. start time is sort of, you can work with that.
Yeah, that's
No, that's very
important
funny, Tom.
Thank you so much.
But let's assume it's a real theory said by anyone. That
Yeah.
do you lose self-respect by
I
running?
do. I would like to see a kind of an inventory of every time in my life I've run for public transport and gotten it versus not gotten it.
Oh, that'd be
I'd like to
great.
know what the breakdown is because I do feel what he's getting at is that the humiliation that you suffer
When you-
of not making it in time
Yeah.
and everyone on the train seeing that.
I think so.
Is not worth. Is that what their point?
I guess so.
It's the crushing defeat.
I feel like he's just like, don't lower yourself and start running even.
Yeah.
Like, which is just funny, I think. It's just funny because it's almost impossible to do.
I'll say tram, yes. Tram never run. Train, yes.
Why?
Well, I don't like, if you are late, I mean, I'm talking from Footscray, you're waiting maybe 10 minutes in between trains. Like,
also,
Yeah, that's
missing one is worse.
missing one is worse.
I think like if you lived in Japan, you would never have to move quickly for public transport
No.
ever because the next train is in like 47 seconds time.
Hmm.
But here, yeah, you might be waiting half an hour.
Fuck, running to miss the bullet train. Brutal.
No, I can catch it. I'll get it at the next stop. I've been training really
Maybe
hard.
that's what he meant to say, is if you're in Japan, you never...
Yeah, you came in late to the story and you missed the important context.
Maybe it
It's
was
like in
talking about
London, the
Japan.
tube, it's like, it is literally 2 minutes. Like, there will be
Yeah.
another one 2 minutes later.
Oh, yeah,
So
I
it's
remember the first time I
huge
went to
shit.
London, I thought, I don't like just being in huge crowds of people as they leave to go upstairs to leave whatever tube station I was at. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till it sort of disperses. I'll check my phone, I'll chill out, and I could see it mellowing out.
Yeah.
And then another train showed up, and just the same amount of people got it. I'm like, oh fuck, you have to go with the people.
You have to get in, yeah.
Again, skateboarding comedian, know where he needs to be.
I'd know where to be.
Yeah, in London. I might just hang out and check my
I've got
phone.
no prior engagements. Yeah.
Yeah, we might be. This country might have the most like sporadic like public transport
Like lax.
like layout in the world. Like even like the New York subway, that's pretty frequent. Like maybe we are the world leaders in needing to run for public transport.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Because if you don't
happens.
make that train, the whole
Maybe-
morning's fucked.
Maybe this skateboarder's an absolute fuckwit. Have you met these people? Do you ever find yourself catching buses?
Very, very rarely.
I
Because
love a bus.
it's more of a cross-town thing,
And I love
you
doing it
know?
in Melbourne because everyone's been like, what? There's buses
Yeah.
around? I'm like, yeah, they're doing
But like people, even my own partner, she's like petrified and doesn't understand how a bus would work.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I get that.
And I do. You know what I mean? Like they just come. There's a timetable. It's their buses
This is
are great.
okay. This is my logic with the bus. If I'm like a train or a tram, that's cool because you're in your own little. It's its own little ecosystem.
Right.
It's got its own little path to where you're going.
Yeah.
But if I'm on the bus and I'm using the road, in my brain I go, I'll just take my own fucking car, thanks.
Yeah, because it's too similar.
I'm just on the road anyway.
Yeah, there's no tracks.
I want to be in control.
Yeah,
Bus
Yeah,
lanes.
exactly.
They've got
And as we know,
exclusive bus lanes.
it's so common for bus drivers just to go rogue and just just steer off their route and
Yeah.
yeah.
Would that
it's-
convince
it's a
you more
real
if
problem.
bus drivers had the power to like mount the curb more and like fuck shit
Yeah.
up and drive over roundabouts and
Yeah,
stuff?
if they didn't have to like obey the speed limits or the like traffic lights, if they could just do what they wanted, then
Yeah.
then it'd be
Yeah.
a bit more
I
attractive.
like buses are fucking stupid because they're on the same road that my car's on, so I'm not going to take them, put in some tracks,
Yeah.
spend 15 years and millions of dollars, put it in a track system, then I'll stop driving my car.
Yeah, exactly.
That's your
Then-
theory.
then,
because you're
yeah.
you're a good little champ.
Yeah. I'm doing my bit. Let's wrap this up. I'm getting to the age where I'm feeling myself very drawn to the idea of the long bus trip.
Yeah.
Like getting the Greyhound.
Ooh.
Greyhound across America.
or, those like brutal ones that, you go like all across Vietnam in them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about that has started to appeal to me.
I'd like to do the
I'm
train.
with
My
you.
brother's done the Trans-Siberian Railway, so that's pretty amazing. I was just in Canada. You can do the east to west train that sort of goes through the Rocky Mountains.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking crazy. It's like 8 days or something. And
That
it's
sounds great,
insanely
though.
expensive.
It's
but it
super
does look
expensive,
great,
yeah. Like, my father was interested in doing is it the GAN
Yes.
Oh,
in
yeah,
Australia?
yeah.
There's two. There's one that goes, like, Adelaide to Darwin, I
Yeah,
wanna
my
say.
parents just did that.
Yeah, and another one that goes across
Across the Nullarbor.
Yeah. But stupidly expensive. It's like a
Yes.
rich old person's thing.
I mean, I guess you get food and you're sleeping in there and everything.
Yeah.
So it's-
Yeah.
And you can't run for those trains if you're late. You're just not
Well,
allowed.
no,
it's
that you've got
undignified.
to. If you get out at one of the little stops
Yes.
and you feel like you're about to miss the GAN, all your stuff is on there,
And you're in the middle of the
stranded in the
Nullarbor.
middle of nowhere, then you're running. Then
Yeah.
you are running for your life.
Yeah,
I'll
true.
just get the next GAN.
There should be
It's only
wait for the next
48
GAN.
hours. I'll just check my phone for a bit, chill
the
out.
next GAN's in 2 weeks. That's fine.
I'm a skateboarder. I have nothing to do once I get to Darwin anyway. No one's expecting me.
I've got a cup of water.
Yeah. So
Do you reckon a skateboarder's ever been on the GAN in the history of the GAN?
that's a great question.
Thank you
That
so
is a good
much.
Do you
question.
know any skaters that have been on the GAN?
Let's put it. Call in if you are a skater. No, I don't think so.
What's the longest public transport journey a skater has ever taken?
Oh, I read about a all skate tour on the Greyhound buses.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well,
they
there you go.
deliberately caught the Greyhounds across the states. Yeah,
I
pretty
got to
wild.
say, anytime I see video of David Quirk on a tour,
Here we go.
on like the Comedy Festival Roadshow, and there you are waiting at the baggage carousel for your skateboard. There's like a level of romance to that I really love.
Oh, right.
I respect it. It's
I had
like,
no idea where that was going.
because nearly every town that you tour these like regional, these like small towns. They've all invariably got some form
That's right.
of skate bowl,
Skating rink.
little skate rink,
Skating area.
the little platform thing, the
Skating
little
zone.
big stage
they
with
do.
the little bar on it.
That's right.
Well, I
What's the
remember it well, being on Roadshow with David Quirk, going to a little town known as Yass, first day of the
this-
Roadshow tour.
This was a good one.
And Dave thought, you know what, I'll get out there and enjoy the local bowl. And immediately breaks his arm.
Oh, yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, great.
It doesn't help that because there's those hours between arriving in the town
Yes,
before the show
and the gig.
and so I thought, well,
What do you do?
I don't
Well,
What do
we
you do to
understand
fill
time.
your
Yeah.
yeah, you know how hours are. And I thought, I'll go. Oh, there is a skateboard park here. I'll go and have a look. It was up a hill, and I get there, and it was like being condemned. There was a fence around it. You were not supposed to go in it.
Yeah.
And I looked in. I thought, well, it's still there.
We'll see
though.
about that.
There's no one working on it.
Yeah.
And I could see
Why was
like
it condemned?
I don't know if they were making a new one or just ripping it out. I don't know.
Filling it in.
Jesus, that's a fucking A24 film. Condemned skating bowl.
Yeah.
With a
What-
nice little they-them romance happening in the bottom of it.
I feel attacked.
I would watch that film. Don't
Yeah.
get me
No,
wrong.
no.
Sounds Ari
Yeah.
Aster.
I'd be
Condemned
there day one.
skateball. What
Condemned
happened?
skateball. Yeah.
A documentary. Yeah, but and so I stupidly jumped the fence.
Were you there by yourself? Did you
Yeah.
go with it?
Yeah, there was no one else around.
Remarkable.
Had the show in several hours, and then within
I was in my hotel going over my set, preparing to entertain the people of Yass.
Yeah.
That's what I
I
was
was
doing.
being a different kind of professional.
Right, I
Yeah.
see.
You were remembering the notes on the life that you've lived.
Yes.
This guy was out there living new
I
life.
see.
That's
He was
true.
getting material.
Two different
That
ends of
is
the
true.
process.
It was fucked. And I basically fucked myself within 3 seconds of being in this park because there was rocks everywhere because obviously someone had started to tear this skate park down.
Yeah.
And that's when it dawned on me. It's like I basically just sort of lightly shattered my elbow.
Just a light shattering.
I don't know if it was a shattering, but it really fucked the radial head, I believe it's called. And that's when I realised I had a show that night. I couldn't move my arm.
That's
at
when
all.
you realised.
Yeah, I wondered what I was doing
Hang
in
on.
the town.
I didn't just come to Yass to
Yes.
break into this abandoned
I
skate
checked my
bowl.
emails and went, oh my God, I've got to do comedy tonight. Lucky I'm in town. No, sorry. And
I do imagine that you just reset throughout the day. You're just like, okay, where am I
Yeah.
right now? I'm David
I
Quirk.
kind of do.
Quirk in
I
emergency.
just got
Who's your
diagnosed. Let's
emergency
talk about that.
contact? Comedy.
Hang on. Diagnosed as what? David
So
Quirk?
when someone says I just got diagnosed in 2025, what else are they talking about?
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
But if you want, we'll talk about that if you want. But
Yeah, we can. I lent you some Dexies like 2 years ago.
Oh,
Thank you.
shit.
Pre-diagnosis.
I'll be lending them to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
If I
'Cause
pass
I'm
the
out.
piss test. Anyway,
So-
the hard part was I had to jump the fence with one arm. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
And then I had to
You're
go
an
on stage.
amazing man.
I'm an amazing man. I had to go on stage that night in a sling,
Yes.
in
Yep.
pain.
Yes.
So much pain that I woke up the next day and had to leave the tour. And I think I was replaced by...
Oh, this will be good.
I've been replaced a few times. I want to say Geraldine Hickey, but I don't think it was her. It was someone
it
else.
sounds about right.
Might have been Geraldine.
Yes, incredible.
She was free.
That's got to be a big meeting of like, okay, well, if we're replacing Quirk, that's obviously stylistically a gap left in the lineup.
yeah.
But also, we need to replace him with someone who this will not happen. We can't have another one of these happening in just 48 hours.
Who
So-
watches more birds than jumps fences to skate places?
So hang on. So when you scaled the fence and you've described seeing the bowl as being full of rocks, at what point did you clock them? Like, did you, when you got in there, did you have any inkling that this might be...
Yeah,
that the
I
fence
did.
might signal that it's already in some form of degradation?
Yeah, but I just knew that that's why I was just starting very small.
Yeah.
And then I
That's
was
sensible.
doing this, I was pumping
Yeah.
on the ramp. Starting from the bottom. Normally I'd drop in from the top. So
Sure.
I was just like, well, there's rocks everywhere. You can't really skate this, but we may as well skate it. And just instantly ruined myself. I was like, oh my God, there are rocks here. And I thought they were pretending. And
And it would still take another decade for you to be diagnosed. Is that right?
a decade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Know that?
Wow.
Yeah, good diagnosis.
And then we were recently on Roadshow and your bag didn't arrive, which contained the skateboarding
That's
question,
right.
I believe. And it was one of those things where it could have happened to anyone, but the fact that it happened to Quirk, everyone was like, oh, fuck,
That was
classic
yeah, exactly.
Quirk.
That was
yeah.
so rare, though, to not get my bags.
It was great. It was Melbourne to
Brisbane, wasn't it?
Brisbane?
I feel like it was Brisbane.
Yes, no,
because
you're
you
probably-
had to leave
Yeah.
early,
Yes.
didn't you?
Yes.
You were the first to leave the airport.
Well, I was hosting, so we had to.
That's
The theory
right.
was that if I arrive,
The show can go on because
Yes.
it simply must.
It simply must.
Just
I'll explain. It's a David Quirk situation, everybody.
2 hours of hosting, no comedians. What are you hosting? Just
ultimate
you. I'm
host.
hosting the audience.
Yeah. That's what hosting really is. If you host a dinner party, you don't get to be like, I'm just going to leave now for a little bit.
Yeah,
Go
no,
out and
no.
check my phone while someone else sort of cooks
No.
for you.
So this is interesting to me
good.
because, of course, everyone knows about, yes, there are lots of people in the comedy community who have ADHD, and I'm very happy they're all getting the help and they deserve and need.
Thank you.
I'm looking at two of the fucks
Why'd you
right here.
Why'd you like zero in on me when you said need?
Because you're an OG.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
No.
OG.
When
Brett-
do you,
Brett
what
Blake
are you,
is an
like
OG.
2 years?
Like I guess that does make me an OG, doesn't it?
No, I feel a lot have got diagnosed in the last 2 years. But
Yeah,
Brett
yeah.
Blake is obviously
He's
that.
old school.
That almost doesn't count. I'm talking about the 30s, the 35s onwards that have been diagnosed. It's
But, like, the
everyone.
one
But
where-
What about
it
you,
would have
Tom?
been
No?
at the
You're
top
too-
of my list, Dave. No offense, but I'm like, when you heard about this thing, didn't you rush to the nearest medical professional and say,
No.
fix this? Fix this?
That's very funny. It does call into question everyone that got diagnosed ahead of me. Like,
When you got all that time.
what were they worried about?
When you got all that time, checking your phone after you missed the train, aren't you seeing the reels about this is what undiagnosed ADHD looks like?
Yeah,
in
yeah.
men?
No, more and more people have said it over the last 5 years. Like Quirk. Like, yeah, we know you are.
We know.
And
It
I'm
is
like, I get
frustrating,
it.
isn't it, when you tell people and they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you want a bit more like, oh, that's I'm really happy for you. Like, this might make your life a bit better when it's just like, no shit, cunt. It's like, well, why didn't you say something then?
It's funny.
Why
It's
do I have
like
to
when
go
a
to the
camp
doctor?
guy comes out as gay. It was like, yeah, we know.
We knew.
I was like, no, this is still a big deal.
It's big for me.
Big for me.
Um,
I don't have to pretend anymore.
No, so it took, I'd say, and the irony of being diagnosable or an ADHD person.
This had better be
is-
actually ironic or I'm going to flip out.
I think it is ironic that you get a person, it probably 3.5 years ago, people were going, contact this psych. Or go in, book in with the GP.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
then 6 months later, be like, I tried this one. I'm like, yeah. And then I might actually call that one. Then that just loses steam. So that's ADHD, I reckon.
And then you get
I
the meds.
never
and
seeing
then,
it through.
Of course. You got to
And-
remember to take the meds.
No, I haven't been issued the meds yet.
Okay.
This is very new. This is last
Issued.
week. They issue them, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, like rations.
You go to the city infirmary.
Yeah.
And
They get dropped from the sky, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah. In a
By
little,
military
in a little,
airplane.
in a little wooden box with a parachute on top of it.
You're in a line, and a guy's at a little kiosk, and he says, "Quirk," and then you walk up, and you get to shoot your little fills.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
A hell of a day for me. Nurse Ratchet said I've got ADHD.
Yeah. No, but it was. I said to
One flew over the cuckoo's nest, but he just pleads ADHD.
Nurse Ratchet. I just wanted to, because it was expensive, as you know. It's like the first sign up is well over $1,000.
Yeah, it's a nightmare procedure.
It's weird that that's for someone's mental health. That's what it costs. It's bizarre to me.
And then you get any of that back, or is it subsidised
I
at all?
think you can.
I think you do.
Yeah.
I think it might be
Surely.
Medicare. Now you mention it.
For me, it was
Actually, that's good. Yes, you do. I think
the time
See, but it's
elapsed.
ADHD. I'm like, I don't know. I think I read something.
You might have to fill out one form.
Sometimes the numbers go up, sometimes they go down. What am I, the Hadron Collider? I don't know. I don't fucking know what's going
But
on.
I just wanted to be prescribed something, or at least diagnosed, because I didn't want to pay that amount of money to find out I'm actually just a cunt.
Well, that's
You know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Right?
it. And I mean, look, obviously, like the skeptics, this is what they say, is that you never hear of anyone go in there and the doctor's like, hey, I'm sorry. I literally have not heard of a single person that I know
gets rejected.
being like, I was convinced. I saw all the reels. I read up. It all like related more than I've ever related to anything in my life. And then the doctor goes in and goes, sorry.
Computer says
I've
no.
just not heard it. And that is annoying. You want to hear of a few more not getting through to make you have faith that you're not just getting the diagnosis because you bothered to go through the process.
We've done our research, and yes, you're just an asshole. I'm
Yeah.
afraid. You're just a dumb fuck.
Just
Yeah.
disorganized.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken Dexies recreationally?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Not noticed because people say people that undiagnosed ADHD take a Dexy recreationally, and they're like, I didn't feel any
Do the
effect. I
test,
just felt
yeah.
alert
No, see, I
and
don't
focused.
have that. But now that I have sort of, what's it called? Medicating with them a bit.
Yes.
Illegally, I guess.
Just into the microphone.
The
there.
admissions. That's a whole other thing. But I think I did take them in lieu of some other party substance.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, this is nice. I'm alert but not alarmed.
Party substance at the skating bowl.
Yeah. But now I
Hey friends, you want to go to the skating bowl and take some party
I took a
substance?
Dexy and I was able to really focus on that task of climbing the fence and breaking into this illegal skate park.
breaking my arm.
Breaking my arm.
But
Well, I'm
yeah.
happy for you, man.
No, I'm looking forward to actually following a plan and just seeing how it might streamline.
I was
my
just in
processes.
Vietnam and I'm out of Dexies and I need a new prescription, which is obviously an annoying process to go through. So while I was in Vietnam, I was like, oh, see if I can just get them over the counter at the chemist, and went in. And obviously, like, going in and actually, like,
Have you got a
in the
script with
past,
you,
like,
or whatever?
having the script.
Yes.
But you just immediately, as soon as you're in there, like, oh, hey, do you have, and just like reading out the thing to them, you just see their head go, fucking here we go. Another deadbeat Australian in here just wanting to get drugs to take back home.
And so, yes or no?
Couldn't get them.
Yeah,
No,
damn.
they said they didn't have them, but, you know.
God damn it.
What, are you
Now-
telling me no one here has ADHD? Come on. I've seen people on the roads.
Yes. It's like you fucking need some meds to navigate that system. Are you worried that you might lose your vital David Quirk essence?
Great question.
No, Oh, sorry, I answered that so sincerely, didn't I?
That's great.
No, but I had a friend that was very much like that. And, you know, I think when I was younger, I was like, yeah, but surely these things that make me interesting and unique and all this. But the medication doesn't seem to. No.
No, you just focus the essence. In fact, there's more David Quirk.
Yes.
before.
Some would say too much.
Yeah.
No, I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Thanks for asking.
And, well, I'm worried about. Well, yes, I'm glad that the David Quirk essence remains in our world.
I hope
Because
so.
I will say,
believe so.
to the surprise, like no surprise to me on this whatsoever. The little survey that I send out to people before doing this show, David Quirk, the most thorough answers I've ever gotten, like literally having to like copy and paste from the Excel spreadsheet. Because they did not like.
Well, I
some
started
people will
writing.
just
I'm like,
go-
I don't know what the fuck he wants. And then some were just real short, like, yes.
They're like, some are like a parrot. Like some people,
Yeah.
they'll just go like, "Oh, ask me about this story." You just put like the whole story as a block of text from A to B.
Well, just in case.
This is a good thing,
Then
it's
you
thorough.
can put it on the website and I can leave.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. Just here's what David Quirk thought about that, and just read it.
Yeah, I'll get an AI to read it out in your voice. What if Trump was David Quirk?
An AI. Yeah. What's this podcast about? Do these fucking listeners?
Yeah, they know. They get it.
Is there a
And we're back.
Is there a heading or something?
Don't worry, everyone. The David Quirk essence is alive and well.
I've got to, it's not making any sense. There's
Have
got to
you
be
had
some
one?
order.
Have you popped a pill today or not? Just for my.
I took half.
Took half. Okay. So David Quirk,
Yeah, so
you're on this date.
doesn't matter what this podcast is about.
No.
Yeah, so I went on a date. The date, I think it was one date. Never really went anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And we met at a place, Transport is what I left. You know that weird place at Flinders Street?
Yep.
Or at Fed Square, I should say.
Yep.
It's like a sports bar. Right on the corner, sort of the glass windows. Right on the.
Taxi or whatever it's called. Taxi.
I think Taxi is the restaurant above it.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah,
feel like.
that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Was this a you suggestion or a them
No,
suggestion?
that just shows how bad the day was. Really,
Yeah,
That we
yeah.
ended up there.
Isn't that a great early sign
Yeah.
of like going on a first date with someone and they pick the spot and they throw out somewhere where you're like, this is interesting.
Like
Young and
a
Jackson.
tourist hellhole. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but it was sort of, for some reason it was on the cards, or I was to meet her at her. It was all wrong. Her work drinks or something.
Yep.
Which is big of me to want to show up there. But I was like, yeah, okay.
First date, she's like, come and meet me at my work.
I don't know
drinks.
if that's what it was, but for some reason there were a lot of other people that she knew there.
Sure.
Can't explain
crazy.
it. It probably wasn't even a date. Like maybe we'd kissed or something, and then I'm like, oh, you're out tonight. I'll come and meet you. It might have been that, but I was calling it a date.
You're across the road at Flinders Street Station. You just missed your train.
I was just
and
doing
you were like, why
kickflips
not? Just
down
go on
the-
a date.
I can probably fit in a quick date before the next train, yeah.
You just approached a woman who was there with her friends, and you're like, "Wow, you know a lot of
And
people
just the
here."
fact that I even look at the time and read it. Like, what is this for in my life? Yeah, quick date.
I'm like that. I need to wear the watch every day.
Quick,
but I'm
cross the
always
street
late.
and find
I'm
someone
not
to date
using
real
it.
quick. No, but I was just bored, and I was talking to this guy that she knew, and he... I had nothing to talk to him about, and it was extremely loud in there.
What's the vague profession we're talking about here?
So he said, I'm in a cover band. And I'm like, that's enough.
Yep.
That's enough for me to keep talking to you.
Of course.
Yep.
But, and it was so loud, I remember. And I was like, oh, what sort of stuff do you play, man? And he said, absolute bullshit. You know, like, you do a bit of like Corn and, Limp Bizkit or whatever he said. And I'm like, yeah, man, nice. I'm like, fuck, this is going to be hard.
How's that? That's really giving me the chills of like
Yeah, I don't know if he
being
said-
in front of someone that you barely know and you are just swimming around trying to find any common
Well,
ground.
I was like, music.
Yeah, and you get
I've
ba-
got
yeah.
music. I can
Yeah.
talk to this guy for a matter of minutes, I reckon, and we can get through. And at one point, I must have gotten into Ween, one of my lifelong bands around that time, maybe. And so over the music, I said, oh man, do you know what I've been getting right into, dude, is Ween. And he goes, I love Ween. And I'm like, really? After those terrible bands you just mentioned? That's amazing.
Right.
So we're talking, and then he goes,
I feel nervous. I'm so nervous right
he
now.
goes, yeah, I'm really into that live album they did. We already chatted back and forth about Ween. At least I thought that's what we were talking about.
Yep.
And then he goes, I love that live album they did in like 78. And I'm like, why no Ween back to front? Like, Ween weren't even a band in 1978. Like, what the fuck is going on? And I said, I don't think I thought they didn't record a live album until 1998, man. And he goes, yeah, who knows? But yeah, that one was great. And I'm like, what is going on here? And that's when I realised he'd misheard me. Yeah. And he thought I said Queen. And I was too far into it to back out. And so he starts going like, what are some of your favourite like Queen songs? And I'm like, oh man, like you're my best friend. That's like, I think that's really underrated. And
Underrated.
it's like Bohemian Rhapsody's fine, but there's better songs than that. I was just like clinging to anything.
Do you know Bohemian Rhapsody? I think that's what it's called. Doesn't get the credit it deserves.
What's
that
the
one.
really long one with all the weird shit in it? That's kind of cool. That's actually a lot like Ween in some parts, a band that I
yes.
really love.
It was just awful that I couldn't just go, oh, sorry, man, I was talking about... No, you probably never even fucking heard of Ween, Did that answer the question?
Yeah, that did answer the question. Yeah, having to bluff your way through.
I was bluffing my way
it.
through, yeah.
I love it.
It was
I would
terrible.
do the same. I would never
Concede.
back down. I would never admit that I just couldn't hear the person. I think I can't remember how this came up, but like maybe a year or so into me and Lauren dating, I revealed to her that like our first date, I hadn't been able to hear a fucking thing because we were in a very loud bar. And she's like, but you still were like, I'm like, yeah, I was just getting a general essence I was kind of into, I guess. It's maybe not something you should reveal to your partner. Like, I've got really bad hearing. And we were like in this bar that started out pretty quiet, and then just like some guy was having his party like near where we were. I think it was like, maybe it was like Halloween weekend or something. It was like packed, really loud. And yeah, I didn't want to concede, hey, I haven't been able to hear a damn thing you're saying. So I'm just like, yeah, nodding away.
I
through it.
don't think I'd do that, weirdly.
I've had...
maybe I would.
I've done stand-up about this, but at Meredith, watching War on Drugs, and there's a guy next to me in the crowd who I think had recognised me from Triple J or whatever, and at one point I turned and was like, do you like these guys? And he said... Mate, I'm fucking married. And I was like, no, do you like these guys? Not do you like guys? That's not my incredible pickup line. Do you like guys?
I've heard you that before. That's so good. Just I thought you were watching a band. And, do you like guys? It's so outrageous.
So, Cox, what do we think?
Married, dude.
Yeah, if it was like a...
Well, that's also beside the point. But
Yes.
But also, if it was like a Village People cover band or something, it'd be like, hey, maybe I'll find like a like-minded soul in the crowd. But like during the War on Drugs, just the most like dudes rock band.
Pretty much.
Hey there, guys. What do you reckon about guys in general?
You're watching a band, the Village People or otherwise, just like, man, they're good. I like guys. Do you like guys?
What is it about
Who likes guys
them
here?
specifically that you're enjoying right now? Is it the...
Me?
No, this is you hypothetically
yeah.
in the crowd, scouting, looking for, trying to pick up.
I love the idea of going to a Village People concert and turning to someone and going, are you gay? Are you a homosexual here at this Village People event?
It'd have to be the opposite.
If you
You're
don't
straight
like guys, why are you here?
Yeah. You're trying to find chicks. You're like, every girl you walk up to, you're like, are you straight? Because I am. And I thought I'd be able to pick up here, but it's just, I got to tell you, it's really not going well.
Really hit the skids here.
Tom, you did list that one thing you'd be able to teach us about is how to be gay.
Really?
I'm not making that up. You did put that in. So the floor is
He's
yours.
an expert.
What do we need to know?
Well, you gotta like guys.
Okay.
Right off the bat.
All right.
If
That
you're a guy,
helps.
you gotta like guys.
I mean, I'm sitting in front of two of them right now, and I'm having a pretty good time.
I'm not
good.
against them.
Okay. All right. Well, normally we go a little bit further than this. But
Actually, David, you've portrayed one on screen, on television.
But for
you
money.
fucked my ex-boyfriend.
I know.
This is awkward, isn't it?
But for money. And it's very different, you know.
Yeah.
But I haven't done it for free yet.
So, Tom, speaking of being on dates and
Yes.
speaking of having to bluff your way through things,
Yes.
You mentioned that you had experience when you were younger, being at sleepovers before you were out.
Oh, yes.
Having to fake your way through being interested in girls. I mean, that, like, all jokes aside, that is a thing that, like, a thing that you hear about, like,
Yeah.
young men before they've come out, and just like that, having to pretend. It sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
It's just you have to think really hard, and you have to sort of listen to other straight dudes and what are they noting and what. And of course, you're still trying to convince yourself that you are attracted to these women that you're
Right.
talking about. But
I will say, even being straight and being around men that think differently to you and coming out with the most like vulgar shit, even then you're having to you're having to pretend that you're straight when you are straight. Just be like, that, just engage in the most
Yeah, I guess that's normal.
profane conversations when you're like, this feels yucky to be talking this way.
particularly when you get
True.
quite close friends with a lot of the girls. So like, your straight male friends are saying horrific shit about women. You're like, we had a lovely chat the other day. How dare you,
Yeah,
sir?
it seemed very emotionally intelligent.
Yes, I like her personality.
Yeah.
That's what gets me hard. I'm trying to think. Yeah, sleepovers were big, and then and then there's some weird extra sexual element where you're getting aroused by the straight dudes getting aroused about the women. Ugh.
My friend, I remember when we were
Yeah,
in
there's a lot. It's very busy, very dynamic situation. I'm getting turned on by, this is wild.
is wrong.
I remember when we were in year 11,
By these
we went
straight
to...
idiots.
And then you hear these stories about other straight dudes are all jerking off together. I was like, I never got any of that.
Which is far too straight for me.
That's too straight, right?
Well, like,
so
Yeah.
is that so straight that jerking off next to another guy at straight
it's
porn
clear-
is fine?
No, I don't know what's straight and what's not, because that is... I've heard of groups of men, young boys,
Yes.
like Jem, my own partner told me a story where they must have been late high school, so somehow the two different sexes were allowed to spend the night together, and probably no one was having sex. They were still young enough though that it was very juvenile, and all the boys under their blankets in the room with
my
the girls
God.
all masturbated until they
Yep.
climaxed.
Yep.
And like that was cool.
That is cool.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I take it back. It is really cool.
It's a sleepover for the ages. You don't know it at the time, but you'll be thinking about this for the rest of your life.
You will
the
be.
shame.
The things that happen where you're like, I guess this is normal.
And then you're just lying there on a roof.
It's like, pretty cool, hey, dude. Look what I can do. It's awful. And so
That is full on.
In
It
front
does
of the, in
call
front of
into
the girls
question
as
straighten
well?
it.
In front of the girls.
well, sort of hidden, but in the room.
But the
with-
girls knew it was going on?
Yeah, probably had to work it out in real time what was happening.
I mean, this is the more we're talking about it, people talk about sexuality as like a spectrum, but I
Maybe-
feel like it's more of it's a circle, right? Like you can be so, like the idea of a bunch of men batting off together is kind of so straight that it's come back around into being gay.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's a line. I think it loops back around on itself.
But I think it's odd. But when I'll be the first to say I think it's odd. But when I grew up having to play football before, that was like me pretending I was straight. Like I was like, I actually don't like this fucking game. I
Right.
don't get it. I don't care for it. I'm not good. I don't excel at it.
I think
I was pushed into it.
I think
but,
sexuality is like Interstellar, you know? Like you're kind of like looking
bookshelf.
back on a past version of yourself. You're in the bookshop watching yourself bat off another man going, no, no.
you don't have to. Yeah. But it was so normal, and maybe it is normal, to shower in a room full of the other boys, which it wasn't men. But I was always like, I don't like that, and that makes me feel like I'm like homophobic or something.
Yeah.
Or like I'm not as straight as I should be, because you're supposed to be so comfortable being naked in front of other men. But I've never really.
And then are dudes like making fun of each other for their bodies, or is it all just so
No, that's what's-
normalised? It's just fine.
It's so normalised that it's like, yeah,
whatever.
like you. That's little, but who cares? Or that's massive.
We had school camps where we had to like shower with a teacher watching us.
Ooh.
And it's like it's very validating when you're a little kid and you're like you have your radar goes off and you're like, something about this feels a bit off.
Is
But
that right?
more often than not you're just told like, hey, this is life, and it all becomes part of the rich tapestry.
Yes.
But then there are the rare things where you're like, as you get older, like Was
that the teacher that turned out to be a pedophile?
No, that was actually one of the rare ones that didn't at my school.
Doesn't bode well for that teacher, though, does it?
But it is very validating to get older and be like, at least on these 4 things, my instincts were right. That was not okay. That was not okay that we just had a teacher just in a suit, just standing there watching us shower.
Wow.
Yeah.
In my mind, he was sharing with you too, but that would be.
Well, that's worse.
I'm just like your dad, kids. You shared with your parents.
That's how to be gay.
That's how to be gay.
Sorry, we shouldn't have brought kids into it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a friend when we went to like a sleepover in year 11, and it was like, mixed sleepover. And obviously, we're all like, this is like a big high pressure situation. And as the lights are going off, my friend in the dark goes, have any of you guys thought about trying anal? And there's just this like, we turned the light off like a minute ago, and it was just like
Turn it back on.
Sorry? Every woman in that room pretending as hard as they possibly could to be asleep. Just like,
I mean, was he trying to be funny?
silence. I don't know what he was doing.
Because there's potentially a very funny gambit just
Sure.
to say when you're going to sleep.
Sure, but
upsetting.
Huge roll of the dice.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
High risk, low reward.
Yeah.
And was anything said after that? No, just...
No.
Just... Yeah, we all heard that.
We all heard it. Yeah, we all did a bit of honk shoe, a few me's just for good measure. Completely just pretended nothing had happened, and then I think it was like the next day I was like, man, I got to tell you, I was actually awake. What the hell was that?
Yeah. Man, I got to tell you, that was great anal. Thank you.
I thought about it, I tried it, and I'm on board.
Speaking of diagnoses of things and putting them out there, we were just
being
in
diagnosed
Vietnam.
gay. Yes.
We were just in Vietnam, coming back, and massive flight delay, kind of connecting flight delayed, meaning high chance that we might miss our flight back to Australia. And every time we've been to Vietnam, that same thing has happened.
Right.
So they deal with it really well. Like they're, a big enough airport, especially in Asia. They're dealing with such a high volume of flights that it's just like, that's just the norm. So we've been through that process enough times that we're like we're sort of unfazed about it. We're like, yeah, whatever. We'll end up making the flight all we want. It's really not worth stressing about. So they do a thing where like they meet you at the connecting flight and they just like give you a little sticker and someone like kind of walks you through the airport to where you need to go. So you're not like fucking around getting lost.
So is this an internal flight in Vietnam to a major airport?
This is Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh.
Yep.
That flight was delayed, and then Ho Chi Minh back to Melbourne.
Yes.
So we're in the like big security line to get into the flight from Ho Chi Minh, and there's a huge line there because it's the security line for like all of the flights. And there's this lady that had been on our flight that was like desperately trying to like barge through the line of like all of us in security, and we're all in the same boat here. It's all of us have just turned up at the same time, and she tries this one on. She's like, guys, I've got anxiety and it's flaring up really bad, so I just need to go to the front of the queue. I was like, oh, that is remarkable.
Yeah, well,
I've never seen
played.
that tried on before. Sorry, guys, my main character syndrome's just kind of playing up a little bit here, so I'm going to need to be the first one to get through, and I need to make it onto the plane and no one else.
That's so ridiculous.
So you're all going to be on the same flight?
All on the
There's
same
no
flight. She
rush.
was in it, like I'd seen her get off our plane.
She just doesn't want to be in the queue.
So she's
for a
in
long
the
time.
same mix of all, like we're all standing there. We're all just like, yeah, we're all, what, you...
I mean, it's sort of true for anyone as well. Like, regardless of anxiety, you're at the front of the line, there's less anxiety.
Yeah.
In general, especially if you're running late.
I would call
but
myself...
it's also shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I would say I'm a pretty anxious person in general.
Yeah.
I wasn't loving the situation, but I'm not going to be like, no, I have more right.
You're not going to play that
I have more
card.
right to be on this plane than you.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, that's incredible. Trying
It
it
is.
on.
It is incredible.
And just to absolutely no response as well.
Oh, it fell on deaf ears.
Fell on deaf ears. Yeah.
Oh, so she had to light up and go through the whole process. Like
Show me the meds. Come on.
Yeah.
Show me the prescription. Show me the doctor's note that says you get to cut the security line because of your anxiety.
Yeah. It's flaring up. I've had a flare up.
Obviously it works well enough that she's prepared to wheel it out again. It'd be great if it did work.
Maybe it has. Yeah, maybe it has worked once or twice. Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, it was interesting.
On stage. Guys, I'm pretty anxious right now, so if you could laugh more at my jokes, I'd really appreciate it.
It's basically that.
I'm actually pretty anxious that this gig isn't going well, so...
I have depression, and when gigs don't go badly, I really beat myself up, and it kind of fucks my entire next day, so...
You know what's
come on, if we
flaring
could
up?
get it going a bit more, that'd be great.
I'm anxious that you're not going to fuck me, so could you maybe... do that?
Yeah.
Like, have sex with
Well,
me?
that has definitely been tried on many times before.
It works for any situation where you just want something a slightly better situation.
Yeah. Anxiety, I reckon, is, one of those things. I feel, again, it's in the ADD realm where you read about it and you're like, oh, this is how I live my life. But there's so many things now in the world where you just convince yourself, you're like, isn't this just being alive?
Yeah.
It's like, are you like worried about everything all of the time? It's like, yeah, because there's a lot to be worried about.
Yeah.
Isn't that normal? Isn't that just like a human instinct?
Yeah, that's why I'm embarrassed about the ADHD thing a bit. But like, I was like, I could live the rest of my life as I've lived it, but then I'd be jumping fences and breaking my arm, and we'll try and cut down on that.
That's. I mean, I'm sure people without ADHD have done such things.
Of course.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, I had to ask myself the question because so many of my friends, so many of our colleagues have been going through it, and I have moments when I'm like, I can't concentrate, or I don't know what the fuck's going on, or I'm procrastinating, I can't focus on writing a task or whatever. But it's sort of, then it's also just, is that just living in 2025?
Well, it is hard. It's difficult, isn't it? When obviously the people that are skeptical of it are like, oh, it's just the world we live in now, where it's like we live in a very distracted age of social
Do you think
media.
Amish people are getting ADHD? Or are they able to zero in on?
That's a good question.
I'm having real trouble focusing on the hay.
Oh, I've got the hay, the harvest is coming up.
Just like yesterday.
My 15 kids are driving me nuts.
I'm meant to be ploughing the field. Next thing you know, I'm milking the cow by accident. That is good shit. That's really good shit.
But they can't take medicine, I imagine, can they?
Oh, that's a good question.
Or can they? I don't know.
Well, they certainly...
Technology.
Oh, no, I think the main hold-up would be, because there's such a demand for these appointments, mine was a telehealth. Mine was a Zoom, which I imagine is quite common now. So I think that would be the hold-up. The waiting list is long enough as it is, but let alone if you're saying it has to be in person.
Yeah.
And it
a 4-hour donkey ride. Yeah. So I won't look at a computer screen, but just get me on the donkey and I'll make my way to the appointment.
But you know what's crazy about the Amish? Apart from everything.
Apart from most of it. Yeah.
Here comes your prescription. We'll just print it out now. No, that's not going to fly. This is going to need to be all handwritten.
Written in stone.
I'm going to need to see the medicine man mix this all up himself.
Here's my Dexies. Which? But no, they have. Is it called Right Springer or something? If you're Amish as a young person, you get a year where you get to go and live.
Oh yeah, you
in
get to,
modern times, in a city or whatever, and then you make the decision whether you want to come back to the Amish community or carry on. Isn't that amazing?
Is it called the? What did you say? Spring rights or rights of spring?
Right
or something?
Springer. Yeah, I'll look it up.
What's the rights of spring?
I don't know, it sounds a bit Nazi.
I feel like it's a band.
It does sound a bit Nazi.
No, but
yeah, unfortunately,
it's called.
Rights of
It's like you
spring?
get a full year
Right
and you
Springer.
get to. It's not Right Springer.
And is it? And do people presumably there must be people that are just like, I'm never going back, right?
Rumspringer.
Rumspringa.
Oh, I was way off.
It usually begins at 16 and ends when a youth chooses either to be baptized in the Amish church or leave the community.
Oh wow.
Well, that
okay.
sounds like cool.
It's great. I think it's very
That is
open-minded
nice.
of
You
the
get
Amish.
you get an opt out. Yeah.
I'd love to know what the rates are of whether people choose to stay or go. I'm sure there is a reality TV show about this. Too,
Yeah,
by the way.
yeah.
But
Yeah, right.
pretty wild, huh?
No, that is interesting.
Rumspringer. Be a good movie.
You go on your rum springer? Is that what it's?
Yeah, and that's an expression. And I
By-
think
by
other sort of
Harmony
religions
Korine,
would do
the
very
new
well
film,
to
Rum.
give
Rum Spring Break.
Rum spring breakers. Yeah.
Coincided your first moments out of the community are at spring break.
Getting absolutely
mixing
barked.
it up in Cancun, going hog wild.
Here we go. Most of them do not wander far from their families' homes during this time, and large numbers, 85 to 90%, ultimately choose to join the church.
Yeah, wow. It's probably.
I mean, maybe
I
the
mean,
damage is already sort of...
I suppose
get
if
it.
you've gone hard enough on them, they'll be like,
The
"We'll let you
damage.
go, but we've done what we need to you
And
to
if you don't come back,
that way you'll think you'll have the choice."
Yeah. I could imagine.
Maybe.
I definitely could imagine. What is it? 16. You've spent your entire life without any of this stuff, and then you just get plonked in the middle of it, being like,
It would
"Fuck this."
Probably seem as awful as it actually is, but we're just used to it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there is something to be said. It's probably like being not indoctrinated. It is that when you get let out of prison. What's it called? The term when you want to go back. You're institutionalized. It's a bit of that.
Yeah. When we were in Vietnam, to start with, I was like, I'm going to delete these apps off my phone. And then that turned into leaving the phone in the room at breakfast. And then it was phone not on me all day and just feeling fucking great.
Yeah,
just
good.
walking around, experiencing the trip, not taking any of it in. And then by the end of the trip, I'd stopped even, like I'm such a have the watch on at all times. Stopped even wearing a watch. Didn't even clocked it like by accident.
Wow.
Like, I'm shedding everything about this life. And I got really excited thinking about, if I was here for another 2 weeks, how far would this go?
Yeah.
Would I just be like, sorry, rest of the trip I'm on vocal rest. I'm not speaking.
Yeah, and then cancel your flight home.
Cancel my flight home.
No, but it is tempting, isn't it?
No cash. I'm just bartering with people, doing favors for them for a hot meal.
Theft.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Did you, how long did it take for that to sort of, not even checking or deleting Instagrams, etc.? Or not?
I think it was a conscious choice on the way over.
Okay.
It was like I need to be off all of this for a bit. It's
Good on you.
it's driving me insane. It's bad for me, and
It
I'm
is
too
a
like
dream, I
I'm
feel.
too in the grip of it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
too like caught in the cycle where I'm like, and I'm aware, zoomed out on myself, like, what am I even doing here? What am I seeing that's good? Like maybe one thing a day. It's just not worth it. It's either slop or it's stuff that makes me actually angry.
And it's gotten worse, hasn't it?
It's gotten worse.
It's gotten a lot worse. Anyway, let's not talk about that.
We should be able to do like a reverse Rumspringer, right? Where we get to, at 16, you get the option of being
And
Amish.
choose if
we
you wanna-
swap.
Yes.
That's the reality show.
That's the reality
yeah,
show.
yeah.
Amish swap. Yes, that is great. Well, I mean, they talk about year 9 kids or whatever. You know, in the fancy schools, they send them off to the mountains for a year because they're not achieving anything in the classroom.
Yep.
You may as well just go try and learn how to build a fire or whatever.
Yeah.
That
Make
probably is
damper.
healthier. And I'm quite, for all my lefty politics, I'm quite supportive of like banning phones in schools. I think that's kind of fun.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Don't you think?
Yeah. That's got to be
Yes.
the worst thing. Like if you had a kid, 15 years ago, you would not have been able to predict this point in your life, the fight you would be having over, am I allowed an iPad? Am I allowed a phone? A couple of my friends at school, they've got a phone. Like a friend of mine who's got like an 11-year-old will post screenshots, and I guess they've got like a version of the iPhone that's like incredibly limited and you can't put stuff on it without the parents' approval, or you can only text certain numbers. But he'll get texts from his 11-year-old.
Yeah.
And that's like crazy to me.
It is crazy.
Getting little emojis for his son's name coming up as a text on his phone when he's 11. It's nuts to me.
Yeah, but it's like the future, isn't it? Like,
It's the present, David.
yeah, well said. No, but I guess because I'm a little bit older than you guys, but you guys would have lived the exact same of, you remember pre-mobile phones.
Yes.
So we lived through that perfect period of,
Yeah.
you totally remember it, but you barely remember it, right? You're like, I was saying to my partner the other day, like, yeah, I know, it's like, how could we ever imagine getting somewhere without looking at maps? But we all did,
We
right?
did do that, yeah.
And
Wait, you can't remember that?
it's just harder to, like, it does seem fascinating.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's been a while since you would not just, like a dummy, as soon as you leave the house. I don't have to think about where I'm going if I've never been there, because I just chuck it in there.
Traveling, I notice it. I'm like, yeah, if I'm in a city I've never been to before, how the fuck would I get around?
Yeah.
How would I find it?
no
course.
planning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking. We were talking about this in Vietnam, like going to like the internet cafe that would be in the hostel,
Yeah.
printing out the map and drawing the little route to where you're going, and then walking around in the street like fucking Tintin looking for lost gold.
so
just
good,
like,
though.
And then I turn left after 2 streets.
You may as well be fucking Amish at that point.
And then realizing you've written it down wrong and getting there and being like, well, now I don't know what to do. I guess the whole holiday's ruined.
I guess just have
No,
to
but-
look and maybe take a punt
That
on
was
the place.
it. It was
And
cute.
now you can get on maps and you can be out the front of somewhere and be like, this looks good, and kind of click on the little thing and bring the reviews up. I guess
imagine
back
just
in the day,
walking into a shop going, can you tell me all your reviews, please?
are you good? Just a guy walking past, you just grab him. You ever been in there? What's it like?
It's good, is it?
Oh, you reckon it's good? If you had 2 out of 5, what would you say?
Yeah, it was just blind luck.
And so I can get a bit of an idea of your baseline. What are some other things in the city that you have and haven't enjoyed? Just so that I know whether your reviews are worth following or not.
You know that place on the other side of town, when are they open? What are their hours?
Tom Ballard and David Quirk. What a fun ep. If you want to see more of those guys, you can find them obviously on all the socials, but Tom Ballard has a play that he has written and is in. It is on at the Melbourne Fringe Festival from October the 1st, Wednesday, October the 1st until Sunday, October the 5th. It's at Trades Hall. Tickets are at melbournefringe.com.au. Go and check that out. It's a brand new play that he has written. And David Quirk, if you are in Hobart on Wednesday, September the 10th, you can see his show, The House That Was Never Built. I saw it at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, and it is such a great hour of comedy, as you would expect from David Quirk if you've ever seen his work before. Not sure if he's going to do that show anywhere else. Hopefully he does, but you can follow him on Instagram at Deadbeat, DEDBEET, and at Tom C. Ballard on Instagram. Keep up with what they're doing. As I mentioned, get onto our Patreon, patreon.com/howtodoeverything. You're going to get a little more with those guys on Friday on the bonus feed. An episode went up last week with Tim Hewitt and Ben Russell. Always lots of fun on the Patreon. If you enjoyed the vibe of today's episode, then that is kind of most of what I do over there on the Patreon. So get on there, support the show. Guys, thank you very much for listening. Get on to the socials. Send me a message at How to Do Everything Podcast on Instagram. Leave a nice review on your podcast app of choice. Pass the show along to a friend. I'm not too proud to ask you to do that. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time for more How to Do Everything. Bye.